Hello, Pisces. Pisces, that moon has moved into Cancer. All right, so you and Cancers are water signs, right? So this is going to be a super creative time for you, right? So that's what you're going to be focusing on. What are you going to create, right? So that could sound like if you have a brand, you may be expanding your brand. That may be an idea. You've been thinking about writing a book. It'd be a great idea to start a couple of few chapters. Hint, hint, hint. So, but the main thing is like start really believing in yourself. You're all of the I believe sign. So this is really like really believing in your purpose, like really believing in your purpose, Pisces. So let's get into it. Let's talk about let's talking to you wherever Pisces is in your birth chart, wherever Pisces is in your birth chart. This reading is for the 20th of November through the 27th of November. Let's get into it. We are in the last quarter moon phase. And the last quarter moon phase in the moon is in Cancer. I've already prayed over your cards. I already asked source for clarity. All right, so we're starting out with the Five of Swords. We have the Two of Cups. We also have the Four of Cups. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Ten of Wands. And then we also have the Knight of Pentacles, right? Yeah. So we have the Five of Wands here. Yeah. So somebody was being used as a pawn. People were, like a pawn in a chess game, unfortunately, right? Here we have the Two of Cups here. So these hands actually symbolize duality, right? So look at the light and dark of things. Like see something should be black or white for you. Like you had a light hand and a dark hand, right? So look at the black and white of something, right? Here we have the Four of Cups here. Right. We also have the Four of Wands here. We also have the Ten of Wands here. And then we also have the Knight of Pentacles here, right? So it's clear you all are hardworking signs. So somebody's a very hardworking person, but remember, water is reflective, right? And so there's some energies that are basically trying to say that you're a very hostile energy, you're argumentative and those kind of things, right? But they're really trying to project themselves onto you, if that makes any sense. They're trying to project themselves onto you, right? And remember, take only what resonates with you. I got to say this at the beginning of all of my readings, because sometimes people will take readings and think it's just for them, but it could be for a friend of yours. It could be for a family member. It could be for a loved one, right? But what do you have in common? That's the main thing, is that what everybody has in common with each other is at some point in time, even if you're defending yourself, right? If people are coming in at a certain part of a conversation, I don't know if you all remember there used to be this TV show called Three's Company back in the day, right? And so what was really interesting and really funny about that particular TV show is how people would always come in on, the writers were brilliant with this. But what was interesting and funny about that show is that people would always come in on a particular part of a conversation, and it just kind of leaves a light open to the imagination, right? So if people come into like a particular part of a conversation, it leaves a lot open, right? And so source is saying to you all, there's a lot of energies that have been creating this, oh, they depressed, they're this and that, I would know, so on and so forth, projecting themselves onto you, talking about your mental health and all of this other stuff, right? Trying to say that you're hostile and argumentative and all of that. So the relatability part in all of that is like some people will come in at part of a conversation where they see you responding to something, right? That maybe you were pushed, like somebody been bullying you for years, and maybe somebody finally hear you say something, and then you just go, oh wow. There's a Scorpio involved in something. There's a Scorpio involved in something that is basically saying that you're hostile or some kind of energy or whatever the case may be, where you're depressed and they ought to know and they know how that feels and all. What they're trying to come across almost is like, okay, they are relating to how you feel and how you could feel, but it's not sincere. It's disingenuous, just so you know, right? Um, I see you as somebody has new love coming across their path, right? So we're keeping the vibrations high. You're starting out, somebody's been trying to use you as a pawn, that's one, or using somebody else as a pawn, right? Could be a younger person that they're trying to use as a pawn as well. Like you and somebody could be using you and somebody as a pawn, basically saying y'all are both hostile, y'all are argumentative. It could be a loved one, basically saying, that's how y'all are. That's where y'all from. Y'all from that same family, right? It could be father and son. It could be mother and daughter. It could be mother and son. It could be father and daughter. It could be you and siblings. Basically, there's because 6 is in the shape of a rounded back and a bulging belly. So it could be, obviously there's a seed that was planted in a womb in order for that to happen and all of that, right? So it's basically saying they're something from the same family. They're this kind of way. Basically saying they're this kind of way, right? Trying to make somebody responsible for something, like feeling like they got the weight of the world on their shoulders, and they come across as this, like this combative kind of such and such, big bad, so and so and so and so, right? So source is saying, but what's happening is a projection. They're projecting that onto you, really. So what source really wants you to learn how to do is move on from people like that. When people are trying to bait you into an argument, stop the conversation. There's nothing to argue about. Nope. There's nothing to argue about. Move on. Especially if you see a pattern of behavior, 1, 2, 3. You see on this card right here, 3 strikes. Somebody says, okay, you're moving on. You're moving on. You're not responsible for whatever they got going on. They're carrying some kind of anger and frustration. You're not responsible for that. They don't have nothing to do with you. They want to argue with somebody. They can go argue with somebody else. Right, you got work to do. You know how to use your fire. You know how you use your element responsibly, right? So that's how we started out with the reading and talking about like the moon being in Cancer, because Cancer is the mother and money sign of the zodiac, and it's ruled by the moon. So you may be super sensitive, which is a gift, but sensitive to what you want to attract. That's what makes it a gift, right? So you don't want to attract just the memories of where people were using you. You feel like people were using you as a pawn to make you look like you were some kind of, person who was argumentative or whatever. So those are the ones you want to take this sword and say, oh, you cutting those memories out. You can use your water for something else to actually create something new. So you're severing ties with any energies that are trying to put you in a space. If it's siblings, if it's whoever it is, that could be trying to put you in that space and trying to use you as a pawn, or they being used as a pawn to try to get to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? So there's other things you can do. So somebody has something new coming across their path. It could be a new passion, a new hobby, something you got coming across your path, right? That you would rather grow that versus grow, anxiety, like, oh my God, about something. So something you're passionate about. So that's why I mentioned in the beginning of the reading, I feel like somebody's gonna be working hard on maybe growing a brand, expanding a brand or something you're doing. So yeah, so see it from a higher frequency. See it from a higher, that's what you have a guardian angel, but see it from a higher frequency. You got some energies that they project that onto other people because it's something about their energy. It's not something that's not clear in their water. They're not clear about some kind of feelings they have going on with inside of them, but you are. So you clear about, how you feel. You're not walking around with a chip on your shoulder. You know who you are, right? So it's like you have a belief about something. You have a belief about something, and somebody may feel like they don't know how to handle something, right? And it can be chained to the devil. Here's a devil card. Yeah. So they could be chained to fear, doubt, uncertainty. It could literally be a geographical location. It could be people who assume certain things about them because of you. right? They could feel like, okay, they must be a certain way because you're a certain way. Like, you know how, like, for instance, if your parents are in a certain profession, people will automatically think that's the direction you want to go in. So let's say, for instance, your parents are attorneys or doctors, and you're more of like a musician. And they would say, "Oh, when you grow up, I'm sure you want to go into medicine, just like your parents." You may be like, "That's not what you were thinking," but okay, you could be thinking about writing a song, right? But yeah, so source is saying when people are not comfortable with who they are or what they're feeling, you know, and you know, source is saying to you, don't let them use you as a pawn by starting some kind of argument with you about something. You know, whether it's direct or indirect. Directly or indirectly, they don't know what they're feeling about something, right? And so that's not your bag to carry. That's not your bag to carry. That's literally like I was reading some book. I can't remember the title of the book. It'll come to me eventually. But in this family, everybody, for the most part, all of the siblings were either attorneys or doctors, or maybe it was like a mixture of it. But it was one musician in the family. One person who wanted to be a musician in the family, right? And so, but imagine that person kind of stepping out on the limb saying, okay, I don't want to go that direction that you all are going in, the whole family of doctors and attorneys. I want to be a musician, right? So imagine that conversation, right? And get building up the strength to even say that, right? So that's what source is saying. You know, when you have the devil on one shoulder and the angel on another shoulder, and people are trying to, you know, like trying to make you argue, like trying to argue with you about something, that's when you enforce a boundary. I'm not arguing with you about anything. If you want to talk about something, then you're open. Matter of fact, that they're saying, whoever this energy is, they're saying a lot without saying something about your psychic gifts, Pisces. You already know what they're trying to say, but they don't know how to say it. They don't know how to say it. You believe something, but it's the reason why they're coming to you is because source keeps sending them to you. And so, but they can't come at you argumentative, whoever it is, trying to project that onto you, trying to get you into some kind of an argument about something. It's like, nope, that's not your responsibility. If you want, somebody wants to talk to you about something, then they can talk to you about something. But all they're doing is 3 strikes, you're out. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing is 3. Every time they try to get into some kind of, you know, confrontation with you, whether it's over the phone or in person or whatever, all they doing is 3 strikes, you're out. It's like, you know what? The next time, that's going to be the last time, because you're the safest space to talk to about something. And somebody is confused. They don't know which way to go. So here's the 3 of Cups here. So I do see you in a posture of gratitude, thanking Source in advance that your wishes are being, so this is 6, 3, so 9. So your wishes are being fulfilled. So I feel like let's use the example. Let's say, because the book is going to come to my mind. It was either a book or I'm pretty sure it was a book I read. It could have been like a book of short stories, but let's say, for instance, you are the friend that's a musician, and you have a best friend who is in a family of doctors and attorneys, but they also want to be a musician, right? So, but they don't know how to, so they always come across as like having this, feel like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. They always feel like they have a chip on their shoulder. They're always argumentative and mad because they don't really know how to say it. Like they don't really know how to, so they come across your path. Here you are the musician. You're the one that's saying, hey, you can talk to me. Like, you know how that feels. Right, but they don't know how to. So again, that's where the conversation is. Like, okay, like if you want to talk about something, just come out and say it. You're a safe space to talk somebody about something, right? So that friend, and I feel like this in your cards here, that friend will feel like, okay, you know what? You're not giving me an argument. You're a musician too. You know, did your family ever say to you, that's not a profession where you're not gonna make any money? you know, sometimes parents just be saying, wow, just any kind of stuff. But like in that, did you not feel supported? But you are the supportive friend. You could be the supportive friend or supportive parent or supportive whomever you are, where people feel like, okay, it's a safe space. It's a safe space to talk to you, right? So again, yeah, it's a safe space to talk to you. Here's the Empress card. Yeah. That something about your energy will help them to grow their prosperity and their abundance in that area, in terms of knowledge, in terms of wisdom and knowledge, will help them to grow their prosperity and abundance in that particular area, right? So you can move on from any past disappointments about anything else. Like, so for instance, that would be like the friend who is a musician. If you're a musician, let's just say whatever your profession is or whatever the situation, it doesn't matter what profession, whatever they want to talk to you about. Anything that they argue with you about in the past, you can say, let bygones be bygones. I forgive you. Let's move on from that. You're not some, no matter what dark stuff you may have they said to you, you can say, I forgive you. Let's move past that. You're there. You're there as a safe space. And that's it. Right? So, but no more arguing, no more baiting and switching, because you're not falling for that. You're not falling for the baiting and switching. So yeah, so it looks like you and somebody gonna be putting the work in, right? Like maybe possibly in a friendship or whatever. No more negative conversation, no more negative words being said, to you, from them, right? So, and no more being an open book. Here we have the Page of Swords here. So you have a whole lot of ideas. Whatever anxiety you may have been feeling about something is going to be going away very soon. Whatever anxiety they may have been feeling about something is going to go away very soon. So, yeah. Imagine having a friend that is in the same profession that you want to go into, or like, arts or whatever. Or studying the same things that you're trying to study, or you already there and they want to study something and they don't feel like they have the support, and you're already there, you're already in something, right? You've already been through something, right? So I feel like you and somebody will be working hard, to kind of sort of get things back on track, whoever this energy is. And I feel like you're going to let bygones be bygones. Here we have the 4 coins here. So yeah, I feel like you're gonna let bygones be bygones. You're gonna work together as a team. You and somebody are gonna work together as a team, right? And so again, it's about helping people to adjust crowns. So again, it feels much better when you have somebody that's really supporting you, talking to you as if you're helping them to adjust their crown like they're helping you to adjust yours, right? That they didn't have to go around Robin Hood's barn just to say, hey, listen, I don't have support. I got to come from a family of doctors and attorneys, and they don't even know they don't know which key, minor or major keys on the keyboard. They don't know the notes. They don't know nothing. When the songs start playing, they don't know what's going on, right? All they know is what they know, their profession, right? So they don't feel like they have a whole lot of support and whatever. And so you're like, oh, not a problem at all. That's okay. You can forgive them, whatever. And just, and you're helping a person to feel more safe. Like basically helping them. This is what it looks like when you're around a bunch of musicians, basically. So here's the Emperor card. So Source is helping you to take that structured and authoritative role. That's what Source is trying to help you to take, a structured and authoritative role. Right? Yep. While you may be still in hermit mode, you're still taking a structured and authoritative role. while you are in hermit mode, right? So you're helping people to analyze things, especially when they're dealing with people who are just jealous. You know, they're looking for people to save them, you know, from something, and they're looking for, you know, dealing with people who are just jealous. Dealing with people who are just jealous and they're depressed, right? So, yeah, so here we have the Eight of Cups. Your head and heart are no longer at war, you know, with each other. When you're dealing with energies, when you're looking at the fact that some spaces are really not a sacred space, that's something that you are coming through as with your compassion. Is basically like you are a safe space in your compassion. You're not recording anything, you're not taking pictures, it's not none of those things. You are really a safe space. You are genuinely a safe space for somebody. So yeah, along the lines of, you know, somebody being the only musician in their family. So the next time they want to invite, you know, they say, okay, hey, we're having a musical or something, you know, inviting everybody. It's like, oh wow, we didn't know that they had progressed. We didn't know that they had gotten that good with their musicianship. And they're inviting somebody. Then guess what? They've been in a space where they, you know, feel better. So here we have the Two of Cups here. So you're actually ending up being a soulmate, you know, for somebody. You're actually helping somebody to see, you know, helping people to just know what their soul really, really needs. That's it. And just in a creative space, you're just helping people to know what their soul needs. So somebody may be moving, and so you'll be getting some better sleep. So if it's not you moving, somebody else could be moving, but you'll be getting some better sleep. So something's going to feel like a homecoming for you. So a celebration, right? So you can move on past disappointments. Yeah, so you can, if somebody's going to be moving on from shady energies. Here we have the Five of Wands here. And no longer falling for the, you know, the bait and switch, the warm conversations, and next thing you know, somebody being blowtorch in their eyebrows and hairline pushed back, smelling like burnt, you know, like somebody had a straightening comb. So yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and close out the video. Let's go ahead and close it out. But yeah, that's what I feel like you all are going to be doing during this time of creativity, is really increasing your knowledge on something. Source will keep on downloading some messages to you. Source is going to keep downloading messages to you so that you don't fall for, you know, some kind of a bait and switch, you know, situation from two types of energies at all. You know, you're not falling for it. But I feel like you will definitely be a safe space. All right, here we go. Let's see. All right, okay. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come for you. Best is yet to come. These cards be trying to do what they want to do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So the best is yet to come for you. So you're protected by angels. I don't know why these cards act. Somebody regrets lying to you about something, but always bet on you. It's time to release the burden, whatever that burden is. And their demon is pride. Really, they're just prideful. They you could be dealing with some energies that's just like too afraid, you know. But that confidence and source is going. You're going to help people to become more confident, you know, in themselves. You're going to help people to become a little bit more confident in themselves. And because you could be dealing with an energy who, yeah, so you could be just dealing with an energy who is just not confident. So it could come across as, you know, like I said, when you talk about demonic energy, just like fear, doubt, uncertainty, right? Just afraid. And it could come across as pride. Just too proud to, you know, whatever. Especially if you're dealing with and that's where the argument could be coming from, like trying to bait you into an argument. So this along the lines of having a friend who's a musician, who is in a sea of family members they're not even musically, they don't even know, their ears are not even trained for music, period. Source is saying to you, you're letting bygones be bygones, right? Because they're around energies who don't care that they could be depressed behind closed doors, as long as they put on a happy face when they go out in public, right? Now, who's doing that in 2024? Could somebody, but anyway. But so source is saying to you, somebody's going to find that you are that confidence, that you're helping to build the confidence in them. Just helping them to build their confidence in every area of their lives, not just in one area, but in every area of their lives, helping them to build their confidence, right? So speak it into existence. Speak whatever it is into existence. Archangel Michael, the dispenser of justice, is with you, but much better lies ahead, and love upon yourselves more. Heal people, just move differently. Yeah. Dream even bigger, right? So third eye chakra cleanse, something is not as deep as you think, and he apologizes for betraying you, whoever he is, but apologizes for betraying you. So again, like I said, you can forgive people, but the other side of that is there's where confidence is key to your success, key to success, right? Confidence is key. Yeah. Somebody definitely could have been in survival mode because of something, people, was threatening them or said something to them in a certain way. They feel like they were in a David and Goliath situation, in a situation. But here we have gratitude. I am blessed with this life. I have all that I need. I lack nothing. All is well and I am whole. Each day is a new gift. I am supported. I'm grateful for all that I have. I'm grateful for all that I have. Yeah. So be that compassionate friend. So that's what I feel like is happening for you, is you being that compassionate friend, not allowing yourself to be, and it's just that black and white for you. You will not be used as a pawn because somebody is heartbroken and deeply disappointed by something, and because they were an open book about something, and energies are just jealous energies are trying to hurt their feelings, or it's like, so I feel like you'll be the safest space for them to talk to. So journal your dream journal. Journal your dreams. I'm just about to have a tongue twister. But no, journal your dreams. So whatever downloads are coming to you, journal your dreams. Journal your dreams, because they could literally be in a space where somebody is basically saying it's their way or the highway, right? Where they don't even have the option of being on the light side of 4, which is they had a human experience. They say, okay, that's a human experience, right? So companionship. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift, right? So if someone has been too afraid to open up to you, that could be a prayer that you could pray. That could be a wish fulfilled for you. 55, I am evolving. So substantial changes in your future. Embrace the change and need to overcome your insecurities and let go of your fears. 55. So whatever those are. That's what I have for you all. Like I said, it's creative time. Creative time. So that's what I'm seeing here for you in your cards. I do see somebody reading a lot of books. Maybe even writing a book. I mean, whatever. But I see if you have a brand, I see it expanding. And if somebody has love coming across their path, remember this card says here, you have a memory like an elephant. So if someone's coming to you, and that's what you and your friend have in common, that both of you all are musicians, and both of y'all come from families that are just not musically inclined or don't support it. Like, okay, you're going to be some broke artist on the street somewhere playing the guitar on the corner, asking us for a loan and all of this other stuff, like some families will do. So it's a saying, that's where you having a memory like an elephant is going to actually help them laugh a little bit. Like, yeah, that's what people say, but, there's an actress. What's the actress name? I want to say it was Reese Witherspoon. So she gave a speech one time on one of her one of the awards that she got, and she said, which I thought was hilarious. She said her mother said, "When you gonna get a real job?" As if her being an actor was not a real job, but So So anyways, the source is saying, you know, companionship, giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. So, yeah. So whatever your insecurities are, you know, about whatever, then you don't want that transferred to your loved ones. You know, your friends would be loved ones too, family members, friends, whomever the case may be. And again, the main thing is that you don't want to be around people who are, you're jealous, envious, you know, think they're familiar with everything about whatever they think they're familiar with as far as you're concerned. You know, like I said, just so it's like you spend you're a hardworking person, be conservative with your time, and just add structure to it. If you feel like you're got an angel on one shoulder and a devil on another shoulder, so it's just like that's when you end the conversation and move on. If you're indecisive, in other words, about something, like I said before, your presence is a complete gift. So remove that from people's presence when they don't see you as the gift. This is, you see them as a gift. That's what I have for you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.